Hi friends, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to work on a project from the Winterberry Wishes November Bargain Bead Box. I'm just going to make a very simple bracelet and earrings that you can wear together. I have the last of my gold tone Coriana chain. Bargain bead box has not had the gold when I've been able to shop, so I'm almost out. That's the last of it. And then I have the beautiful 8mm glass pearls that came, and these are the good quality ones, no chipping, none of that. They're not stuck together. And they are 8mm, and they're in the mulberry color. And then we're probably going to add maybe a few of these more towards the wrist so that you don't have the big beads down against your wrist. This is the 3.5 by 3mm crystal faceted rondelles in Winterberry mix. We're going to add a few of those. From over a year ago, I have 2 of these bead frames left. We're going to use those in earrings. I may add these little flowers that we got last spring. I also have some bead caps and the 3.2 spacer beads in gold tone. And then I have my findings off to the side, a clasp and 6mm and 4mm jump rings. I am going to get some more of these out. Those were ones that were laying here. And I have to get into my other container for my clamshells. We're going to need clamshells on the bracelet and on the earrings both. So I'm going to need those out. For tools, I'm going to use my flat nose pliers, my bent chain nose pliers, my round nose pliers, and I also have my cutters. I also have something to clip them with. I can't find my clips. I don't know what I've done with them. Pair of scissors and a measuring tape. So we're going to go ahead and open the pearls. I love these, and I want to make this strand stretch. I'm not going to make a necklace out of these. I think we're going to probably not need any more than that. So I'm going to set these off to the side. I'm making a mess here. I need one of them rolly things. And I'm going to open this because I will probably be using a few of these. And if not, they'll get put away in the tray. Get them off to the side there for right now. Alright, so we're going to do probably the bracelet first. I do need some stringing material, and my choices are white, or no, not white, red, gold, or brown, and I think with this color purple, I'm going to go with my brown. So I'm just going to be on the struggle bus here because it's all wanting to come unwound. And get myself off a good size piece here. I always use my leftovers, as you guys know. And because it's wanting to come off the spool, we're just gonna cut off a piece, put the rest back in the bag. I do want to gradually get over to where I'm using soft flex beading wire. Look at this. I did have a piece out here. I guess it doesn't matter which piece as long as it's nice and straight. Here's the piece I already cut off. That one's longer. I'll save that for a necklace. Okay. So, what I'm wanting to do is kind of get an idea of what I'm making. I want the flower to be center of my bracelet. So, I think we're going to put bead cap, flower, and probably do like that. Hold on just a second. Alan just pulled in. Okay, so I kind of want to do that for the center, so I can zhuzh up, you know, what looks like it's going to be the center, so it's kind of defined. So we're going to put the center on so we have a starting point, and then we will go from there. So I want my focal point of my bracelet to be a little special, different than the rest of it. And bracelets are kind of a piece of jewelry that you wear that is for you, that you can see, that everybody else can see, you know, that brightens your own day, you know. Where when you wear a necklace, it's like wearing something for other people to see. So that is going to be the focal of our, I don't know if I like that flower in there. He's kind of, we'll build on it. We will build on it. It's kind of too gold. Let's see. We'll build on it. We'll see what comes of it. We will see what comes of it. So I'm gonna kind of clip one end so I don't lose what I'm working on. And from here, I kind of want to do some of this Winterberry mix. I have a little hooky there, and it's not wanting to let me pick up the beads. Sometimes if you just grab them, there we go. And I'm just gonna, you know, and some of them are a little bigger than others. So I'm just grabbing some. I don't think I want to go any farther than that many. And I'm debating on using a spacer bead. And then my pearl. Oh, it doesn't look very nice, does it? And that might be the problem there, is that spacer bead. But I didn't want the flower right up against the bead cap. So let's go ahead and use a bead cap so I can get more of these out. Oop, I'm putting it down the wrong way. I want it so it faces the pearl. Do-do-do. I like it. It's got a nice flow. So I think we'll go with that. Just a couple of these. And then another bead cap and pearl. Come on. I know you had a hole in you because you were on a string. My vision today is a little off, guys, so you're going to see me fumble. Another bead cap. And I think we can go one more set. So we'll do there we go. And maybe a darker one. There we are. Another bead cap. And I'll get more of these out here in a second. I really appreciate everybody and welcome to all my new subscribers. If you're interested in Bargain Bead Box, the link is in the description. Just click the see more, you know, when you're looking at the title, there'll be a little thing that says more, or see more, and that kind of thing. Just click in there and look through and you'll see where I talk about Bargain Bead Box. And there should be some links. There'll be one that says, it has a whole long link that you follow to join. And that just helps me earn a little bit of money so I can, and I don't see your information or nothing like that, guys. So don't worry about any of that. I know there's some people out there that are always worried about, oh my gosh, someone's going to get my information or something like that. It's not like that. I don't see none of your stuff, so don't ever worry about anything like that. It's very secure. I know I used to be one of those people that were like, but I don't want people to see, you know, who I am, or, you know, have my info, or, you know, I used to be very much one of those types. So I don't get your info. And I wouldn't want the responsibility of knowing somebody's information like that. That would be scary, wouldn't it? But anyhow, yeah, I would love to have you as part of Beadbox family. You know, for $24 a month, you get all these wonderful beads, gemstones, findings, crystals, I mean, you name it. Bargain Bead Box is a wonderful subscription for what you pay each month. Put my wrist down. I may have a few too many beads on there. Take a couple off. Because this is my center, so I'm putting that at the center of my wrist. That's still probably just a couple too many. Center of my wrist. I have a 6.5 inch wrist these days, so I may not have, probably should have put that last pearl on. But you know what? It's getting to be winter and people are going to want to wear their bracelet on the outside of their wrist. So I think I'll go ahead and take that off and put a metal bead on, because I don't want to crack a crystal. And well, he's part of the floor bead soup. I don't want to crack the crystal when I close this up. So we're going to go ahead and put on a, oh, I didn't get any crimp tubes out. So we're going to put this on. And where's my crimp tubes? Did I leave them out or not? I don't think I did. I don't think I have. I have those two. Oh, that's not a crimp tube. This is. Nope, let me go get my crimp tubes, guys. Okay, I could have sworn I just bought crimp tubes. Or, you know, crimp beads from Bargain Bead Box on my last order. Anyways, I don't know where they are. So we're going to use these tiny little silver ones on this part because you're not going to see them. So I put my clamshell on. I hope this is a crimp bead. Yes, okay. Well, it kind of has a little bit of a shine to it, so I was kind of like, I hope this is not just a tiny little rainbow bead. And when I go to crush it, it's going to break. Because I've done that before. So it's on there. I'm going to bring my tail up here. Close it. We're going to give it a little bit of a hug. I'm going to squeeze my little round part here together. So it is closed. I'm going to set that over there, and we're going to match what I did here on that side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pearls. So I have one on. I need to get a few more of these off. All right. And it doesn't really matter how they go on. I just need 2 of the little crystals. A pearl with bead caps. Yeah, when I get kind of sidetracked, like when Alan shows up to, I don't know, I guess he had to pick up a part or something to take down to his dad. I don't know what they're working on, but that's okay. It kind of throws me off my game. I know all of you guys probably are the same way. Something kind of throws you off, then you're like trying to figure out, where was I? What was I doing? And then I know I bought a ton of crimp beads, but yeah, now I don't know where they're at, but that's okay. I will locate them again. I thought they would have been in with my findings and things. So I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to put on 2 more pearls. I try to remember that, you know, sometimes we need, you know, especially making jewelry that'll be worn in the winter, keep in mind that people are going to be wearing sweaters, turtlenecks, things with long sleeves, you know, so you want to make sure to have like extra space. You know, like an extra 1/4 of an inch or something, or, you know, if you sell your jewelry, offer or just include an extender chain. Especially if it's something being purchased as a gift. You know, it's nice to have that extender. Because you don't know if it's going to fit the person it's intended for, or if they're the kind that wants their bracelets or necklaces to be loose, or however, you know. So we're going to go ahead. This one I always open up nice and big. So a little bit ago, the cows were out there mooing and everything when the camera wasn't on. Now they're all nice and quiet. So I'm going to drop this crimp tube, and I flung it. Are you kidding me? Well, I really don't want to. Yeah, he got flung all right. And I heard him hit the table, so not sure where he landed. I went through everything on the table looking to see if by some chance I left them in the baggie. I thought I put them away, because I got quite a few of them. They may be in a container somewhere. I'm going to fold my bracelet, put it around the bend in my pliers, because it makes for a perfect little bend so that my bracelet's not poker straight. Pressing in on my crimp. I'm going to squeeze him tight because I don't want that to come off. Now I look up and make sure he's still filming. But yeah, I like it when the cows are out here because, you know, look out in the morning and there's this big animal out there, and there's this little cow that Alan's dad calls a ghost cow, because it's a little calf and he like blends right in with the brown. He's like real light colored. He's cute. So there is the bracelet. And things are kind of chilly in here, so everything's wanting to be a little wonkers. Okay, I need, whoops. I put everything away and I need it. That's going to be my theme for today. Let's not be prepared. All right. It is hard for me to see today. And my blood sugar is not high. It's just bad vision day. So we're putting that on and putting on our clasp. And I'm going to make sure I have a good grip on both ends. We're going to close that. I hear a click. And I'm going to rearrange that because I was way far over. There we go. Good. And yeah, I figure I'm not going to be out here all that late because it's already late enough in the afternoon that by the time I'm done with this, I'm going to go in and I am giving it a little extra length. I know it's already going to be plenty long, but I'm thinking of sweater weather. It's beautiful here today. It's like, I don't know, in the 60s. I have my camper door open. Okay, hold on. I gotta get a little closer to myself. All right, let me see. I gotta find where it's... where the closure is. I kind of dropped it, so. Okay, it's closed. So there is our bracelet. I'm not going to struggle to fasten it, but it's not overly large. It does have plenty of room, but you figure if you put a, my wrist is like 6.5 inches. If you put a, what do you call it, sweater on, there's going to be plenty of room for that bracelet to be on over a sweater. And I love that purple. That is gorgeous. Let's get to making the earrings. And the earrings are going to be very simple. I have these two bead rings. I was thinking they went around these. Yes. All right. Now thinking that I should be able to take this like so. We're putting our Coriana chain through one of the bead rings, through the bead, and then back it up. Try to line this up and back through. Ta-da! Just like this. Isn't that pretty? And then I am debating on, I think I'm going to use, giving myself plenty of room because I have plenty of chain here to work with. I'm not cutting the chain first. And we're going to put this on as soon as I find my hole. Come on. I love Coriana chain. I have quite a bit of the silver. And I know everyone's showing that Bargain Bead Box had a whole kit. I did not know because I don't have money, so I stayed away from the site, so I did not get to take advantage. And I am picking up one of the crimp beads, and I learned this from Wendy. I hope you guys can see it. If not, zoom in on your phone because I'm not going to be able to pick this up. I'm going to, and I have broken fingernails everywhere. I'm going to hold carefully, and I'm going to pinch. Well, my Coriana chain lays one direction. I'm just going to grab, well, I'm just going to get back on there. Get back on there. Trying to do this and talk at the same time. I'm going to grab my crimp bead and I'm squashing it. I will trim that little piece off. And I'm making sure it's on there. So when I pick this up, that's not coming off. And what I will do is I will trim just below where that crimp bead is that I flattened. Double check, and it's still on there. And that bead is going to hang just like that. Now, I don't really need to put a bead on top of this. So, I want to make this earring dangle. What's a comfortable length? I would say that far down. I want this to come down It's a Christmas earring. I want it to dangle pretty. So I am going to just bring it down to about there, because this is the one that I'm going to use to measure everything by. I'm going to set the other one up so it's the same length. I want to do this part of my earring first and then do the other part next. So if you want to do the same thing, you may choose to do this in silver. That's fine. I just think that the purple and gold is beautiful together. If you have green, go for it. Red, any color you want to do it with. Now I'm not able to poke my hole. It's me. It's amazing when you go through your bead stash. You're like, oh, I have these two left. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Look at what I just got. These will make great earrings. I have two left. It's perfect. And voila. I used something out of my bead stash that I found. So I'm going to line them up. Pull this back just a titch. I'm going to try to line that up so I can get it to come back up through. And it came back completely out. Well, it could have, been nice like the first time. There we go. Again. That. And one of these. Chase him across the bead mat. We'll get him on first. Get him out of my way. Get our crimp bead on. Again. Mash that crimp bead. All right, let's make sure he's on there. And he is. Pull down. He's staying. I'm going to trim that little bit off. And then I'm going to match my length. Remember, these are going to be inside of your clamshells. Now we're going to take, we got two more of these. We're going to use some more of these. And I think we'll use, you know what? I think we'll just go with gold. Just to give it weight, to dangle down. What do you think? Or should I? Will they even fit through them beads? Yes. Let's see how it looks. Hold on a second. Okay, while I was chatting with Alan, I went ahead and finished that one. Let me go ahead and get this one done with you. They do fit on there. And I used a darker one of these Winterberry mixes. One of the pink ones. and another dark one. Then I added on one of the 3.2 bead spacer beads, if I can get a hold of it. Come on, little dude. There we go. And then let's hope we don't lose him. There we go. He's on. Crimp him down. Oops. Stuck to my finger. Get the beads out of the way. And squish that crimp bead down to the Coriana chain. Tug test. Tug. And then I'm going to trim that little piece off that's sticking out. It doesn't need to be out there. Just a tiny piece, but trim it and make it look a little nicer. Lay it out, get rid of my scrap pieces. Lay them out there next to each other. And go ahead and trim. And that's what I have left. I could make just plain ones, but I don't know how they're going to fit up in there very good. Because as it is, I think I'm going to need to use a bead, crimp bead on each strand up inside of that bead cap, or beads. So let's get a few of these out. I don't need that many. Now I'm being overzealous with the crimp beads. We're going to use 2 of these. One of these is going to be for each of these earrings. So we're going to poke this up in there. And I may need to make the hole a little bit bigger. We'll find out here in a second. Some of these have really tiny holes. Some of them have bigger holes. I didn't check before I got this far, so we'll find out here in a second. And I physically cannot see the hole. So I'm just kind of going by guess on where the hole even is at this moment. Let's put the 2 wires together and try to put them in there at the same time then. Stack them one on top of the other. Sorry guys if I was off camera. I was trying to find the hole. Alright, I have a bead reamer. Hold on. I just gotta find it. Well, hold on a second. I gotta make this hole bigger. Okay, found my bead reamer. And when you want to make the hole bigger, just go slow and you know, kind of know where you're at. And just go back and forth a little bit. And just keep trying the hole. I'll do one on camera, and then I'll do the other one off camera. These here have really small holes. Most of them don't have holes this tiny in them. Actually, should be able to get them both in there, but they're not wanting to cooperate. And it might be just me. Come on, little dude. I know you can do it. Almost. I didn't quite make it big enough, apparently. And you can see how large that hole is. It should both go down in there with no problem. But we are dealing with Coriana chain. There we go. All right, I'm going to pull them both through there. Line them both up. And I don't think they're both going to fit through one single. Yeah, we're going to need to use one on one and one on another, which is perfectly fine. So I'm going to hold that one in that finger, hold this one in this hand. And I'm grabbing this one, bringing it up. I'm going to give it a squash. I'm going to give it a tug test. It's on there tight. I'm going to pull this down. Oh, they came off the bottom. Well, you know what, guys? That's okay. And it came off the top too. We'll leave the earrings off until I can find the regular. Or you know what? We'll just use them with head pins. How's that? We can do it with head pins. We're still going to do the earrings. We'll just put them on head pins. How's that, guys? You know what? It wasn't the bottom that came off. It was the top. Hold on. Let me fix this. Okay, so I really wanted to use the Coriana chain. We find the one that I had wide open. Get rid of him. But as you could see, even though I yanked on them, they didn't hold at the bottom at the very end. So I don't want that to happen to a customer. So we're just going to go ahead and use a head pin, and I'm going to get a little length of chain. It will still swing, but it won't be as pretty, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to put a little ball pin. We're still going to use the ring, the bead ring, and we're going to put one of the pearls on, and then we're going to back it up and line it up, let it kind of line up and go on. And then seems how we're not going to have the chain there, we're going to have a loop to hook the chain. I'm going to go ahead and put another gold bead there. I am going to get all my other tools out of the way that I don't need. We're going to cut the excess head pin off, make a tiny loop to go into the chain. So I've cut all but maybe a quarter of an inch off, and I am going to come up here, start my loop, roll it, come back here, make a little kink in my neck, and there's that. That one's ready to put on a chain. And I'll only make one earring with you because this is already really longer than I thought it was going to be. We're going to put a made it straight again. Gold spacer, purple, pink, and purple out of the Winterberry mix. Grab another gold spacer. We're going to need a couple because we lost some. There we go. Do the same thing because this is also going to be hanging from a little piece of chain. Roll. Roll another loop. There you go. That actually went really quick. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Gold spacer. Pick him up. Grab a purple pearl. We're going to line them up. Shoot for the hole in that other end of that bead ring. Another gold spacer. Come on, little dude. Thank you. And then come up. That's a little more than I want on there. Get rid of that. And then I'm just going to roll my loop. I think I cut him a little shorter than I wanted to. We'll see here in a second. I did, but that's okay. You know why? We can do it over. We can do it over. Get rid of that. Make another one. It's all right. It'll be all right. Make a mistake, do it again. That's what happens. Are you kidding me? It went flying out the bottom. I can see what kind of evening I'm having. How about you all? Do this again. At least it's already cut. Oh, I just want today to be done with. It has been a long day. This video should already be up. I've been tired all day. There we go. This is a horrible video. I'm sorry, guys. It just has not gone right. But that's how the ball bounces. All right. This one better go a little bit better. That one was a disaster. That's pink, purple, pink, purple, gold. Then I just need to cut 2 little pieces of chain. I didn't have my fingers under it when I cut the other one. I know better. Ready to roll. Oh, I didn't bring my chain in that I bought. I bought some chain to do Jody's challenge with. I mean, that challenge has been out for quite a while, so I think I'm going to measure this chain. So I'm going to use, I think those are supposed to be centimeters across the top there, 2 centimeters. For the shirt. Let's make sure they're the same length. And they are. This one I want to be 2.5. Those are for those. Okay, now let's put our earrings together. Close that up. Let's get ourselves a couple of ear wires. And do I have just plain jump rings or do I need to get a couple? Here they are. Duh. Okay. Alrighty. I need more than that. I need to have 2 down bottom, 2 up top. Okay. Actually, no, I only need 2 down bottom. Oh, it's one of those days. Hello. Anybody else besides me tired? I couldn't even tell you what time it is. I'm still filming, yes. So I'm going to add, I don't know what I'm doing. I honestly just realized I was doing this wrong. Yep. I need to open this. which one is the short one, which one is the long one. All right, I want the long one. I'm going to put the long one on the pearl, close it up. So I am leaving my boo-boo in. Oh, and he's so far from being closed. We're going to come over here and we're just going to get a hold of everything and give it a squish closed. If it'll stop moving. You can tell my hands aren't working today. There we go. I'll use that here in a second. I'll get a hold of this. Find where I closed it. Open it. Put the short piece on here. Come on, little dude. Let's use the other end. There we go. And close it. Give it a little squeeze. There we go. That one's done. I don't think I need one of those. I think it'll fit right in here good. Find the opening. Like so. It's one of those days. I'm going to put the strand of 3, then the pearl. This chain is from BB Craft, but you can get it from the other place. And so this is a dangly pair. And if you want to get this chain, it comes in a 5-spool set, but it's very tiny. It's 3 by 2 links, but the inside of those are not that size. They're really, really small. So it's not that expensive, but there's quite a bit of chain on a spool. It's like 10 meters per spool. Go to Jody's, and I think it's Panda Hall. They carry it too. And go to her Panda Hall videos, and you can use her codes to get this chain, and any of your chain, guys, honestly, because I don't collaborate with the companies, and I don't have any new codes. So, or you can just order it at Amazon. You can get your Panda Hall chain, or any of them at Amazon also. But it's always nice to support other creators. So on this earring, I'm going to do it the opposite. And even with the little mishaps. It didn't come out quite the way I wanted, but they're still pretty. There's one earring. Here's the other one. Very pretty. I'm trying not to sneeze. And there is the bracelet. Let me clean up my tray just a little bit. So there we are, guys. We worked through our little mishaps and worked on our tray of beads from the Winterberry wishes and made this gorgeous, gorgeous bracelet. I love this bracelet. And I, of course, made it a little bit bigger so that, you know, wear it with our winter sweaters and the beautiful earrings to go with it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching all the fiasco in the middle. I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments below. Bye, everybody.